Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you're well. Today, I wish to make a sort of sequel to the previous video, which was entitled something like Coming Out of a Dark Night of the Soul. And for those who had the opportunity to watch that video, you will be able to understand the context in which I'm doing this second video. And for those who haven't watched it, I would invite you to do so because it would help you understand a little bit better the context of this one. But to just very briefly resume what was discussed in that first video and that previous video, I was mentioning a difficult period I went through in which I realized how much I had a hard time letting go to trust and faith in the universe and source to provide for just being able to, for me to pay my rent and to actually live, basically, because I'm a creator and in different type of media, and it's not always easy to live from these creations. And I was at a point right now in my life where I'm in a situation where I actually needed to go back to perhaps find a job, which I was not looking forward to because I left my previous job in 2018 before becoming a self-entrepreneur, when I was working then as at the University of Montreal in the libraries. And I didn't really enjoy working with the public, and I wanted to work for myself and for my own projects. So this is sort of the center of the reflection I was having in this previous video. For those who remember, well, what I sort of left at when I finished the previous video, I was at a point where I was actually saying that I was at a point where it was important for me now to be in trust and faith, and let go of fear, of anxiety, which was the main problem I was going through, regarding finding the resources to live and to be able to accomplish my bliss or my mission, if in lack of a better word, what I really love to do in life, which is to create and transmit in different ways, sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly, to create and transmit high vibrations to our world, which really needs it right now in a time of transition. And what I wanted to address in this video today is the fact that I think I still had a lot to work on, a lot of reflection to do, and releasing work to do. Because, and some of you probably had that inner reflection when you watched that video, that what I was saying is that now I know exactly what I want in life. I know exactly what's my comfort zone, my comfort zone being working for myself, meaning, working as a self-entrepreneur and selling my creation and sharing them and transmitting, and working from home if possible, and not having to work a lot with the public because I become easily overwhelmed by people's demands and things. And I tend to have a strong temper, and I tend to get angry really easily. And working with the public was very challenging for me. I would lose my patience very often. So basically, I was, saying, this is what I want. And this is a beautiful process. It's an essential process for one to be able to, at some point in his life or her life, to stop everything and be able to say, what is it I want now? Who am I really? What is it I really am? And what are my needs? What are my desires? What are my values? What are my, what are the conditions in which I feel more comfortable to work in or to be in? So that's an important exercise. That there's nothing wrong with that in itself. I think that what I needed to let go of still after that video is I realized in the last couple of days that the problem that was remaining in my trying to be in faith and complete trust in the universe that it will provide for, what I have to what I need in my life, maybe to pay my rent or to eat or whatever, my basic needs. The problem was that I was filled with expectations still. When you say to the universe or source or God or whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. I, in faith and trust that I will receive what is needed for me to be okay. You don't put your special request in there, and that's kind of what my video, the end of my last video was about. It was like, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is, and again, I realized I was still in that controlling mode where you want to keep a comfort zone in which, and you want the universe and your guidance or source, whatever, to actually respond to these demands and respond exactly in the way that you want it to respond in order for it to be secure and comfortable. And there is an important, very, very important distinction that has to be made in life between what we want and what is good for us. In that particular case, what I wanted was to stay exactly the same in this exact same situation I am right now, which is working from home, doing creative stuff, transmitting, being comfy, not having to deal with, annoying public or, having to work with the public or with bosses or with colleagues that would impose things on me, because freedom is my most important thing. Like I need freedom, like generally we all need air to breathe. That's how much I need freedom. So, being caught up again in a box in which I would have to work for someone and depend on their demands and their desires. And that was really like, not anymore, never more. But I was filled with expectations still. And that's what's wonderful about the spiritual journey and the journey of the soul, is that we keep, it's never a destination. It's about the trip. It's about the journey. And that's also why I did that video in the middle of the process of my releasing of these fears and anxieties, is because, like I told you in the last videos, it's important for me to tell you about this stuff now as it is happening, because I'm transforming through this, through these processes. I'm learning, I'm letting go of things, I'm releasing things. And through this whole process that I share with you, hopefully this resonates with you in either a process you've been going through yourself in the past or in the present. And that can be of either guidance or help to you, or it can be just entertaining to see a human being, trying to deal with its own shit, So I just wanted to make this not the sequel, but this following video, because I think it was important to follow up on my reflections regarding faith and trust that the universe and source provides. Is that you cannot say that, I'm ready to be in faith and trust, and then kind of have this demands and expectations that it's going to happen exactly the way you want it for it to happen, which is a comfort zone. I have to say, I had a chance to had that exchange and conversation with my dad, with whom I love having really deep conversations, and he helped me also kind of realize that also. So it was a personal reflection, but also it was guided also through a beautiful exchange I had with my dad. And so when I woke up, like yesterday, I realized that, I could not give the universe or source this sort of, I'm trying to find the word in English. We have an expression is in French. You can't, well, basically you can't say to the universe that you trust it and you're in faith of it. Sorry, there's a problem with my focus. And then after that, have all these expectations about how it should be done and how you should receive and what you should receive and in what way. And so I kind of again did this ritual, and I wouldn't call it a ritual. It's more like a meditation where I addressed the universe and I said, okay, now I realize I was still filled with expectations and being in trust and confidence, still having, asking for certain specific things for me to be comfortable is not letting go. So I had to accept the fact that now it was time for me to perhaps be able to not resist, not react, and not like jump back. Idea that the universe might bring me what I need rather than what I want. Because I'm here to grow. I'm not here to be comfortable in my little studio apartment. I'm here to face my fears. I'm here to resolve some issues. And what were those? Those were, I didn't want to work with the public anymore. Why? Because I didn't enjoy having arguments with them. And, well, that means that I have not dealt with that. So perhaps I need still to work with that. And I'm scared of losing my freedom. Well, freedom is a state of mind. It's not about necessarily your conditions. You can be free and be in a prison physically because you're free in your mind. You're free of expectations. You're free of your sovereign being inside in your heart and in your soul, and then you're free. And it doesn't have anything to do with your work conditions or your life conditions. So again, freedom is something I was scared to lose, but maybe I need to be tested on what real freedom is all about. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm at the point where I said to the universe and source, I said, okay, guys, guidance. Now I'm telling you now, I'm really, really, really ready to let go now of any control, which is something I have a hard time with, letting go of control. And I'm really letting go, and I'm welcoming genuinely with all the fibers of my being anything the universe or source will bring to me, may it be situations, people, opportunities that will be perfect for what I need and not necessarily what I want. Maybe they will be similar, but maybe not. And maybe what I will have as a new opportunity to have a financial autonomy and abundance will be through a job. And that job might not be about being creative and staying home. Maybe I will have an opportunity to work in a workplace with colleagues and a boss and perhaps public. And that will be the ultimate opportunity for me to finally face these things. It's not that I wish that. It's not that I want that. Maybe it's not going to be that either, because I do not have any expectations again. But I have to be ready for that. I have to be ready for anything. And so I wanted to share that with you guys, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you who are very wise, and a lot of you that comment and that are part of the community of this channel are very wise and have a lot of spiritual journey and personal growth experience. And I know you probably thought in yourself, while remaining silent and being really super sweet with me and not, telling me about that, but maybe you were thinking to yourself, she's saying that she wants to be free of, of fear and anxiety by letting go. But what is she really letting go here? She's just affirming to the universe, like, yeah, let go, but I want it to stay exactly the same way it is right now, because that comforts me. So one has to laugh about oneself. I think humor is the only solution to our life problems. Well, not the only one, but you know what I mean. It's the main one, because if we're not ready to question ourselves, go back to ourselves and ask ourselves, am I being real here? Am I being, is it, am I taking myself too seriously? Am I trying to fool myself? Am I in denial? So I guess humor is good. We need to laugh about ourselves kindly, with benevolence, with lots of love, but So I've been kind of laughing about myself in the last 24 hours, thinking, oh my God, I still had a lot of letting go to do. And yeah. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm going to try this time not to make a hugely long video, and I don't want to ramble more. But I just wanted to share that with you in the process of this reflection. So it might be of interest to perhaps your own journey. And I also think that by letting go of all these expectations and really be ready to accept, to receive what the universe has in store for me, not only could it be challenging or difficult or tough or whatever, but it could also be full of surprises I did not even imagine. Because if you stay in your little box, then you're not able to experience possibilities or things you would have never imagined, you know? So by giving to giving in to the universe and source as well, and your higher self, then you let life treat you. Maybe it's going to challenge you, but it's probably going to treat you at the same time. God knows, you know, I might meet new friends in a new context. I might meet the man I'm bound to be with. I might learn a new skill. I might be challenged to learn a new job or something that would be like, ooh, you know, something I might not be comfortable with. Maybe, you know, things will just turn out that I'm able to, my boutique, my online boutique, or my creative stuff is gonna suddenly it's gonna work. Who knows? But I'm ready for anything. I mean, anything. If I have to move out of Montreal and go live somewhere in Europe or God knows where in space, if I have to, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready for anything. So it's not easy to say that, but it's very liberating, and it takes a little bit. It takes a heavy weight from my shoulders to actually let go of that. So wanted to share that with you today, and that's it for this video. I wish you a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend, and I send you lots of love, lots of high vibe. Take great care of yourselves, and if you enjoyed this video, I invite you to like it, and if you like these types of videos, I invite you to subscribe to the channel if that's something that appeals to you. I can also be found on Facebook, on Telegram, and Instagram as Mokusho Abigaëlle Richard. So if you want to join there and have more talks and more exchanges, I'll be happy to exchange with you. You can always leave a comment here on YouTube, and I'll be honored and happy to chat with you and answer back. Have a lovely day. Take great care of yourself, guys. Bye. All my gratitude for helping this channel bring positive vibes to more people.